So guys, let's talk about Netflix and what's going on with their streaming service. So it looks like they're hiking the prices once again. It seems that like every sort of like 4, 5 or 6 months now, we're talking about Netflix and the streaming services, and it seems that the price hikes just continue to go up. And as a streaming fan, like a streaming service fan, or you know, someone who likes to watch a lot of streaming shows, it's getting really hard to pay out the expense for all these different streaming services. It's becoming more expensive than cable ever was. And at the start, the streaming wars, it was meant to be a cheaper way to watch the things that we love. But like I say, it's beginning to outprice what cable used to be, and it's getting tougher on the old purse strings, or the old wallet, if you like. But let's jump into this. Let's break it down. Let's see what's going on with Netflix, the most up-to-date information about their subscriber count, about their price hikes, and all that kind of stuff surrounding the Netflix streaming service. So this comes to us from comicbook.com. So Netflix increasing prices for subscribers once again, including the version with ads. So if you've got the cheapest ad-supported tier, which has the ads in between the movies or streaming TV shows, the ad-supported version is going up in price, as well as the kind of the non-ad version. So bear that in mind, guys, if you do have Netflix. So Netflix has raised its price for the US subscribers on Tuesday, January 21st, effective immediately. According to the report by Variety, the streamer broke the news in its quarterly letter to investors alongside announcements of its earnings in its fourth fiscal quarter of 2024, which included its biggest ever increase in subscribers for a single quarter. So there's no slowing down when it comes to Netflix subscribers. You know, they're just gaining more and more subscribers. You would think at a certain point they would sort of plateau and they would sort of gain the maximum amount of subscribers of people that would be interested, but they're gaining more subscribers than they ever have. I mean, they've just had the exclusive deal with WWE that's just come over at the beginning of this year. So they're getting into the sports industry. So they're showcasing sport and events. So, they're breaking out into new markets. There's going to be a massive fan base that follows WWE and wrestling. Now that they have that on Netflix, you know, the subscriber count's going to go up massively like it already has. And there's no surprise with that, because WWE, as gimmicky as it is still massive. And there's a lot of people that watch it. So that's a kind of a big explanation as to why the subscriber base probably went up a lot this year. So, where are we? This is the first time Netflix has raised the price of its ad-supported tier since its introduction, and the company's first price hike overall since October of 2023. So Netflix said that the money from increased subscription prices will go to improving its services and content offerings. So under the new pricing structure, Netflix's standard with ad plans will go from $6.99 per month to $7.99 per month. So it's only going up $1 a month if you have the ad-supported version. The standard plan will also rise from $15.49 to $17.99 per month, and the premium plan will go up from $22.99 per month to $24.99 per month. Even the extra member add-on, which allows standard and premium users to access the service outside of their own households, will rise in price from $7.99 to $8.99 per month. So basically just across the board, regardless of which subscription tier you have to Netflix, if you're in the US, a price hike is going up across the board. But when you break it down and you think about it, these prices, they're still not that bad. For the amount of content, the sheer amount of content, the updates that you get to content, they're constantly putting out new content. Okay, a lot of it is garbage, I have to admit. But when you think about it, right, if you went out for a night on the town and you bought yourself a cocktail or a drink, you're going to pay what? $15, $16, maybe $15 to $20, depending on where you are, obviously in the US. So paying $25 a month for the amount of content, thousands and thousands of movies and TV shows for an entire month of content on Netflix, plus all the WWE stuff that they now have added to the platform as well, for the price of maybe 1 or 2 drinks on a night out. When you factor it, when you look at it like that, it's a good deal. $25, an entire month's worth of thousands and thousands of movies and TV shows, and now WWE, that's the price of maybe 2 drinks on a night out. So when you think about it like that, I think it's still a good deal. But there is going to come a point where subscribers are going to think to themselves, what is the cutoff point? What am I willing to pay? What's the maximum amount that I'm willing to pay to keep this service? And they may be getting to that point where people are beginning to kind of question how much they're paying for their streaming services. And ultimately, it could bite Netflix in the ass in the long run. So they're going to have to really kind of watch out what they're doing with these price hikes. As we continue to invest in programming and deliver more value to our members, we occasionally ask our members to pay a little bit more so that we can reinvest to further improve Netflix. If I was a Netflix subscriber, which I used to be, I need to get the service back, then paying a little bit more so they can invest it back into programming and give me better quality, more up-to-date programming, then I'm happy to pay that extra, few dollars a month. Like I said, with all the extra WWE stuff as well, you're getting more than you ever did for your money. Reading Netflix's netter, to that end, we are adjusting prices today across the most plans in the US, Canada, Portugal, and Argentina, which is already factored into the 2025 guidance we provide in October of 2024. So while the letter suggested that these price hikes would start immediately, the previous prices are still in place at the time of writing. The letter also noted that Netflix acquired 18.9 million new subscribers in the fourth quarter of 2024. The biggest gain ever in a single quarter. Yeah, like I keep saying, a lot of people were anticipating the launch of WWE on Netflix, and I think that's the reason why a lot of people started signing up towards the end of the year, and that's why they had such an influx of subscribers. That's kind of my theory. I may be incorrect about that, but I think that's potentially one of the reasons. The company reported that 55% of new subscribers joined on the ad-supported tier, which again you would expect on the cheaper option, and outlined plans to increase advertising revenue in 2025. That's what Netflix want to do. They want to funnel people into those lower ad-supported tiers. They can show advertising, they make more money from advertising revenues, and that's kind of part of their business structure, to make money from the advertising revenue. And it seems they're doing a good job with that. So the streamer also highlighted some of the big releases it has in the coming year, which will hopefully help the company hang on to the subscribers. That includes the new seasons of both Squid Game and Wednesday the series finale of You and Stranger Things. Netflix last raised its prices in October of 2023. It seems like they raised their prices more frequently than that. Maybe I was mistaken. While it has not increased the subscription cost since then, it has done away with the cheapest ad-free tier and introduced standard with ads, effectively making it the only option for customers at that price point. The streamer continues to dominate the streaming market, even if announcements like this one cause a stir on social media. Yeah, I mean, it seems like every time a streaming service, raises the prices for their streaming service, people kind of throw a hissy fit. There seems to be a few days or maybe a week of kind of tantrums on social media where people complain about it, but people stay, subscribed to the streaming service regardless. But I'm very, very interested as to asking you guys, what would be the cutoff point that you would be willing to pay for a streaming service? How much would you be willing to pay a month? Like, where is the fine line? Where is the cutoff point? Is $30 too much? Is $35 too much? Is $40 too much? $50 too much? Where do you draw the line on how much you'd be willing to pay for a service like Netflix per month before you feel that it's too much? Guys, jump down in the comment section and let me know what you think about that. I would love to hear what your feedback would be on how much you would be willing to pay per month until you feel that it's too expensive. But anyway, jump into the comment section as well and let me know what you think about this news, about the price hikes for the US when it comes to Netflix and all their tiers. Is it worth it? Is it now not worth it? With all the WWE content they've added, it sounds like a pretty good deal to me. And like I say, on a night out, paying for 2 drinks is probably about the same price as an entire month's worth of content on Netflix. So it still seems like a good value proposition to me. But I'd love to know what you think. So guys, thanks so much for being here. Make sure you hit that like before you leave and become a subscriber of the channel if you haven't already. It goes a long way to supporting the content, so I'd really, really appreciate that. And as always, I will see you in the next video.